So it's common purslane. The botanical name is, and I'm going to kill this, but I think it's Portulaca, oleracea. I got to be pretty close.
You are.
Purslane, yeah. And actually the interesting thing about this weed is I couldn't really find much negative about it. It's an edible plant as well, and the description is it's a succulent. It's an annual summer weed, although here in the West it grows pretty much year-round. It doesn't get very tall, very high, but it's thick, dense ground cover, and it'll spread out pretty wide. The stems are reddish in tint. You can see that on the stems a little bit. When I pulled it, it was actually a bit redder than that. The leaves are green, oval, and they're kind of shiny. They have like a glossy, almost like a coating on them. It has a flower, a small flower. They're usually yellow. Actually, I think they're only yellow. And the flowers have 5 petals. And in the center of the flower comes a pod where the seeds are kept. And actually, this is kind of one that's I pulled off the internet. They're definitely not this green here. But the seeds, actually the seed pod that I'm talking about is right here. It's kind of reddish in tint as well. And it produces these seeds. They're very, very, very small. And actually that's kind of leads into the negative thing about this weed. They call it an invasive weed here, actually, is because this seed, or the plant itself, will reproduce so rapidly. Like the first year, if you don't do anything with it, and you let it grow, by the next year, your entire field will be covered with purslane because it reproduces at a very, very high rate. And it can reproduce by spreading the seeds via wind, water. If you break a part off of the plant, it will grow roots and reproduce off of broken pieces and stuff. So I thought that was really interesting. Anyway, so actually as I was doing the research on this, I came up with this catchphrase, one man's weed is another man's dinner, because most of this weed is very positive. It's an edible plant. It's used both fresh, cooked, or they dry it out and they make herbs and stuff out of it as well, like spices. It's used in green salads. They saute it. They mix it. They use it in processed foods and in animal food as well. They bundle it. You know how you go to the grocery store and you purchase like parsley or cilantro? That's how it's sold overseas, actually. It's grown throughout the world. Actually, I have a little map over here. It originated in Europe and was brought here. They're uncertain how it actually got here. There's like a bunch of mixed emotions on how it landed in North America. But it was first identified in Massachusetts in 1672. And it's been located in every one of the states here. So, but it originally came from Europe and in the Middle East and Asia. It has been proven to be beneficial, and it's known as a nutrient powerhouse. The nutrients that you get from this plant are potassium, magnesium, vitamin A and C, and calcium. There's some forms of biological control. There's 2 actual pests. One of them is called a sowfly, and a leaf mining weevil. And both of these pests will eat the plant. They eat the leaves and the stems, and they don't eat it to the point where they kill it, but they'll eat it to the point where it can't reproduce. The medical uses. I didn't talk about the medical uses. Also in the Middle East and Asia, they actually will use this for an anti-inflammatory, the treatment of arthritis, colds, fevers, stomach aches, healings, and many more. Actually, there was just a whole list of medical things that they actually will treat with this plant. And there they actually grow it as a specialty crop, and this is actually a picture from Asia that they actually grow the purslane and harvest it.